Hello and welcome to Just a Tiny Amount, your channel for all things stop motion. I'm Gordon Craig and I want to start by saying thank you to all of my subscribers. The channel has reached 1,000 members, which is an epic milestone for me. I was looking around for something to make a celebratory video about when the answer literally rolled up into town. Today's video will be about the grandfather of stop motion, the legend that is Ray Harryhausen. As a child growing up in the latter part of the 20th century, I loved the stop-motion creations of Oliver Postgate. Bagpuss and the Clangers will forever hold a special place in my heart. But when I was slightly older, my appreciation for the art form grew when I discovered the films of Ray Harryhausen. It was whilst watching people fighting skeletons, troglodytes fighting saber-toothed tigers, and dinosaurs fighting other dinosaurs, that I began to realise the magical thing that I was actually seeing. These were puppets being moved frame by frame, somehow interacting with people. The puppets were the real celebrities of these films, and now those very puppets were right in front of me. I was excited. While other visionaries like Georges Méliès and Willis O'Brien explored the potential of stop motion, Ray Harryhausen really brought it to people's attention. It is hard to overstate how much of a creative genius he was. From a young age, he was making and animating puppets. Later, when he got into his stride in the film industry, he would design, make, and animate all of the puppets in a production. If you watch a modern film, there are often pages of animators and special effects teams in the credits. In Harryhausen's films, there was only one name: Ray Harryhausen. And he wasn't just a great model maker and animator, he was also a very accomplished graphical designer. He would draw highly detailed concept art around scenes that he thought would look good. His visions for how the film should look often drove the direction of the script. He would design meticulous storyboards stating where the camera should be, what the actors should do, and how the action should unfold. Apparently, the directors of these films often felt supplanted during these scenes, but the producers just shrugged and said, "This is how stop-motion films worked." It should be noted that one of these producers was often Harryhausen himself. His real genius came out in his animation. He managed to get his fantastical creatures to interact with the live-action elements of the film. And this was no small feat in those days. He did not have the cameras and technology available to us today. He had a film camera that he could take one still image at the click of a button. He couldn't go back to see what he had shot until the film was developed at the end of the day. And he couldn't compare one frame to another to see what had moved and how far. He had to move his puppets by sight, using mechanical arms to register reference points. If he was animating a hydra or a mess of snakes, he had to remember which head he had moved and in what direction. Any mistakes he found at the end of the day could mean a full reshoot. Yet with all this, he managed to shoot incredibly immersive scenes, including multiple puppets fighting multiple actors, all following complex fight choreography. He used a process they called dynamation. The simplest technique they used was rear projection. The live footage was projected onto a screen behind the puppets and set. This footage was advanced one frame after each image was taken. this looked okay, but it didn't allow for complex interactions. To achieve those, they used masking. Film, such as they had in their cameras, reacts to the light that it is exposed to. If you project the colour black onto film, nothing happens. You can then re-expose that portion of film to a different image, and this will appear there instead. Using this process, they projected the live footage onto a new piece of film, masking off the areas where the puppet will go. They then projected the puppet moving against a black background onto this film to fill in these spaces. Sometimes they also projected an additional foreground element to give further depth to the shot. I won't go into too much detail about how they made these masks, but essentially they used very specific lighting and a special camera that split certain colours off onto a separate piece of film. If you are interested, go and read about yellow screen technology. But seriously, many of the puppets at the exhibition are remarkably well preserved, but foam rubber is not a particularly durable material. Some puppets are now nothing more than naked armatures. This was really pleasing to see, however, because it showed how ball and socket armatures have not really changed much in the last 80 years or so. I guess it goes to show, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The exhibition, celebrating Ray Harryhausen's centenary, is running at the National Galleries of Scotland until September next year, so hopefully between now and then restrictions will allow people to come to Edinburgh and see it. I highly recommend that you do so. There are lots of things that I have not mentioned, including a few interactive displays for you to get involved with. It is totally worth the effort to come here and see it, and you will not be disappointed. Thank you again to all of my subscribers for helping me reach this epic milestone. To everyone else, welcome. I hope you find my videos helpful, insightful, or just plain entertaining. But for now, I'm Gordon Craig, this is Just a Tiny Amount's 1000 subscriber special, and I will see you next time.